on everybody, Taylor Schlupp here and welcome back to another video. Today we got a fun one for you. I had a couple students ask me to kind of show off my pedal board, and before I get to my main board that I use out live and everything, I wanted to go ahead and do one on my smaller board that I use for practice with the band. So this is kind of my fly board. This is kind of what I take. It's kind of like a backup board, but I really like it. I really like all the pedals that are on it. So I typically use this board for practice, or like if we're doing a show where it's calling for a chance of rain and I don't want all of my really expensive pedals to get wet and everything. So I've taken this out plenty of times. It does a great job. It sounds really good with the band. There's a lot of good pedals on it too. So the rig that I'm running today, I'm running my favorite Strat. You guys know this guitar. It's going into the pedal board, which is going into the Blackstar 20 watt head. I figured I would use that one today because that's typically the amp that I use in situations where I take this board, like practice or shows that might call for rain or something. So let's go ahead and dive on in, and I'll play you guys some tones here, and we'll just kind of look at all the pedals that I use on my flyboard. Alright guys, so what we've got first here is the CNZ Audio tuner, and it's a great tuner. It works really well. I'm a little out of tune right now. And then the tuner is going into the Boss CS3 compressor. And I really don't use it for a boost or anything. I really just kind of use it to kind of tighten the sound. So here's my tone without the compressor, and then with the compressor. Okay, so not a huge difference, but I keep it on all the time. I really like to have compressors when I play out with the band. They just kind of tighten the tone overall, and I think that they really come in handy when you run your overdrive. I really like the way the compressors tighten up the sound of my overdrive pedals. So next in the chain is one of my favorite overdrives that I have. It's my Full-Drive 2 by Fulltone, and this is a 90s model. This is one of the earlier ones. I got this a couple of years ago for a really good deal. And it just sounds great. It's a great pedal. So let's go ahead and hear it really quick, and you guys can see how I have it EQ'd down there. The volume's up quite a bit, but you got to kind of run it that way, otherwise the volume will decrease when you turn on the overdrive. It's kind of weird like that, but it sounds really good. The tone is also down quite a bit. The overdrive's up at about 10 o'clock, and then the boost is also about 10 o'clock. So here is the clean tone with the compressor on. And here's the full drive too. Okay, now the boost on this pedal I don't use a whole lot. I use it if I need like a little bit of a subtle boost, something that's not too crazy, but just to kind of boost my volume just a little bit. So here's the overdrive tone of just the full drive, and with the boost on. Okay, so the full drive is really good for like a lot of classic rock style tones and a lot of country rock style tones as well. So that's why it's perfect for the band that I'm in. It's perfect for my fly rig and everything. Let's move over to the CNZ Audio Overdrive. You guys know I work with CNZ Audio, so I really like to use their pedals. And I'm a really big fan of this overdrive here. I don't ever use it for rhythm or anything. It's basically there as a boost for leads. So if I'm using that, I pretty much always have this on as well. So here's the full drive tone by itself, and the CNZ Audio Overdrive for leads. it adds quite a bit of volume, and it also adds quite a bit of gain as well. So it's a really nice pedal for a boost and everything. And if I EQ'd it differently than I have it right now, it would sound really good on its own as an overdrive. But I do like the full drive mainly for rhythm and everything. And then I've got the CNZ audio EQ'd and balanced and everything for leads. Okay? Now the last pedal on the board is my Flashback, which is probably my favorite delay that I own. I really like the Flashback because it just sounds great. It doesn't cut your tone or anything. And it's also got the cool feature where if you hold down the button, you set the tempo with the strings, which is really nice. Now I'm one of those guys that I use a lot of delay, and I use delay pretty much every song, so I like to be able to set the tempo for whatever song we're doing. So like on my main board, I've got my Wampler tape echo, which has a tap tempo on it, and then I've also got a Boss DD3 that is set specifically for a slapback kind of sound. And the reason that I have those two on there and only this one on here is because with this one, how you can just kind of set the tempo with the strings, you know, I can set it as fast as I want. It's kind of that slapback tone. But like on the Wampler tape echo, I can't do that with my foot. You know, I can't tap that fast. So I can use this pedal here for long delays or short delays, which is really nice. So that's why I've got this one on the Fly Rig. It is probably my favorite delay that I own, though. So let's get kind of a long delay tone. I do want to mention how the Black Star is EQ'd for this setup here. We've got the master volume at about 11 o'clock, we've got the reverb at about 11 o'clock, and we're just using the clean channel on this amp. And the tone knob is set at about 330, so it's pretty high. And then the volume on the clean channel is up at about 1 o'clock. Okay, so just to where it's getting a little bit of breakup. And there you guys have it. That is my fly board or my practice board, whatever you want to call it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to give it a like, a share, a subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos in the future, guys, and I will eventually be doing one on my main board so you guys can see what all pedals are on that board. Until next time, guys, stay rocking, and that's all I got. We'll see ya.